Some coins look like regular change but can be worth a lot more. They have the same classic design, a famous leader on the front and an eagle on the back, but different metals were used over time. Most are just worth their face value, but coins in perfect condition or with rare mistakes can be worth thousands. In 2025, real auction sales confirm these values and show what collectors pay today. First up is the 1965 no-mint Mark Washington quarter. This coin might look like just a regular quarter, but it actually tells an important story about US coins, and sometimes, it's worth way more than 25 cents. Back in 1965, the US stopped using silver in quarters. For decades, quarters had been made of 90% silver, but silver prices went up, making it too expensive. So, the mint switched to a cheaper mix of copper and nickel. These 1965 quarters were mostly made in Philadelphia, which means they don't have any letter or mint mark under the date. The design stayed the same, George Washington's face on the front and an eagle on the back, but the metal inside was different. Most 1965 quarters you find today are just worth their face value, 25 cents. But a few rare ones can be worth thousands. How? It comes down to condition. Coins are graded on a scale from MS-60 to MS-70, where MS means mint state or new condition. An MS-68 coin is nearly perfect, with almost no scratches or wear. Price guides like PCGS often say an MS-68 1965 quarter can be worth as much as $20,000. But when we look at real sales, the picture is a bit different. In actual auctions, 1965 quarters graded MS-68 usually sell for between $1,300 and $1,920. For example, in 2019, a 1965 quarter graded MS-68 sold at Heritage Auctions for about $1,920. In 2021, another MS-68 coin sold on eBay for around $1,825, and in 2023, one sold for about $1,680. So, while price guides give a high estimate, real buyers tend to pay less, though still much more than 25 cents. Some sources and collectors say prices can go as high as $9,000 to $10,800 for the best MS-68 coins, or even $11,400 for special type specimens sold at auction in 2023. This shows that sometimes coins can sell higher, but these are rare cases. So, $20,000 is more of a top-end figure, not the usual sale price. Then there are special error coins that collectors love. One of the rarest errors is a 1965 quarter accidentally struck on a leftover silver planchet. This means the coin was made from 90% silver metal leftover from earlier coins. These are very unusual because the mint was supposed to be making copper-nickel coins only by then. One of these silver planchet 1965 quarters, graded $58 Australian, about uncirculated, sold in 2020 for $14,687.50. Another, graded XF45, extra fine, sold for $9,300. These silver error coins weigh about 6.25 grams, which is heavier than regular copper-nickel quarters that weigh about 5.67 grams. You can tell if you have one by weighing it carefully and checking the edge for a shiny silver color. A collector on Bowers Coins reported selling one for about $5,000 after confirming these features. Besides silver errors, other mistakes can make coins more valuable too. For example, a double die obverse error, where the letters or numbers on the front look doubled, can push the value up a lot. A 1965 double die quarter in MS-65 grade can be worth over $5,000. Most quarters we use every day don't have these rare features and stay worth just 25 cents. But when you find a coin in nearly perfect condition or with a special error, the value can jump way up. Price guides still list big numbers like $20,000 for MS-68 regular quarters. But it's smart to check what real buyers have paid. When grading companies say only a few MS-68 coins are known, that makes them rare, but the real auction prices, usually between $1,700 and $1,900, show what people actually pay. If a coin hits that MS68 grade and sells in a trusted auction, those prices are realistic. In 2025, the market keeps confirming this. For example, recent sales recorded by professional grading companies show MS68 1965 quarters selling in the $1,300 to $2,000 range, not the full $20,000 some guides mention. But that's still a huge jump from 25 cents. If you find a 1965 quarter that looks very shiny, with no marks or scratches, it might be worth having it graded by experts. Even if it doesn't reach MS68, a high-grade coin can still be worth hundreds or thousands. And if it's a silver error or a doubled die, it could be even more valuable. So when you hear someone say a 1965 no-mint Mark Washington quarter in MS68 condition is worth $20,000, remember they are talking about the highest possible value from price books or rare auctions. Most coins don't reach that number in real life, but selling for over $1,000 is very possible. This means your pocket change could hold a hidden treasure if you know what to look for. Keep an eye out for shiny, flawless coins or strange mistakes. These are the ones that can surprise you with big value. The 1967 no-mint Mark Washington quarter is another coin that looks everyday but hides some secrets, and some of those secrets are worth real money. By 1967, the mint stopped using silver and switched to the copper-nickel mix, just like in 1965. All regular 1967 quarters had no mint mark because they were made in Philadelphia, and none were marked with letters. The same design was used, George Washington on the front and an eagle on the back, but the metal changed, and mint marks weren't added until 1968. Most of these 1967 quarters were made for everyday use. In fact, over 1.5 billion were minted in Philadelphia alone. Like the 1965 coin, 99% of them are still just worth 25 cents to most people. But some rare ones shine brighter, especially those in perfect shape, or those struck especially for collectors, known as SMS, Special Mint Set, coins. SMS coins were not made for pocket use, they had a satin, smooth look and came out of San Francisco. Only about 1.8 million of these were made. In high grades like SP68 or SP69 Cameo, these SMS coins can be worth several $1,000s. According to a detailed value guide, regular 1967 quarters graded MS68 are often worth around $6,000. SMS Cameo coins in SP69 can sell for $4,700 to $5,750, and SP68 DCAM types go for about $4,230 to $5,500. Sometimes, one special coin set a record. In 2017, a regular MS68 1967 quarter sold at auction for $8,813, but prices changed a lot since then. In 2019 it sold for $5,040, and in January 2020, another MS68 went for $4,800. That means while price guides give big numbers, actual sales can be lower, and they can also fall with time. Collectors also hunt for 1,967 quarters with errors, mistakes from the mint. Common mistakes include wrong planchets, die cracks, double die obverse or reverse, clipped planchets, or missing the outer metal layer. These mistakes make a coin more unique, and sometimes worth more. But ordinary errors don't always add much value. Many error listings on auction sites show prices ranging from just a few dollars up to a few hundred, depending on how rare and dramatic the error is. Reddit collectors remind us that most 1967 quarters, even if shiny, are still worth only 25 cents unless they have a special error or top-level grading. To sum up the evidence, value guides say an MS68 regular strike could be worth $6,000, and SMS Cameo high grades $4,000 to $6,000. Auctions show real prices, from $4,800 to $8,800 for MS68. One auction record from 2017 hitting $8,813 shows what's possible. Errors can boost value a little, but only certain ones, and pictures and expert grading help a lot. So, a normal 1967 no mint mark quarter is just 25 cents. A flawless one in MS-68 may fetch thousands, and SMS high-grade coins also bring in serious money. But the best proof comes from real auction sales, not just guidebooks. If you find a shiny 1967 quarter that looks almost perfect, or has odd marks or smooth finish, it's worth showing to a grader. It might not be $6,000 or even $8,000 in real life, but if it's MS-68 or SMS Cameo, you could still be looking at a coin that's worth hundreds or even a few $1,000s. Finally, we have a 1969 no-mint Mark Washington quarter. Looks like a normal coin you might find in your pocket or the change tray at a store. It has George Washington's face on the front and a big eagle on the back. Like the 1965 and 1967 quarters, this one was made in Philadelphia, which means it has no letter, no D or S under the date. That's just how Philadelphia coins were made back then. By 1969, these quarters were made of a mix of copper and nickel, not silver. Silver had stopped being used in quarters back in 1965 because it was too expensive and hard to get. So, millions of these copper-nickel quarters were made and used every day for all sorts of things. Because of that, most 1969 quarters are still just worth 25 cents today. But here's the thing, not all quarters are the same. Some 1969 quarters were kept in perfect condition by collectors, or they might have been part of special sets that were never used in everyday life. These coins are rare and valuable. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 to show their condition. The higher the grade, the better the coin looks. Most quarters found in change are around the low end, very worn, scratched, or faded. But a few 1969 quarters have been graded MS-67 or MS-68, which means they look almost perfect with no scratches or damage. One very special 1969 quarter graded MS-67 sold at auction recently for $3,290. This sale happened in 2025 and shows that collectors are willing to pay thousands of dollars for a coin in almost perfect condition. This is a real sale, not just a price listed in a book. The coin was carefully examined and graded by experts to make sure it was genuine and in that great condition. Another interesting example is a 1969 Denver quarter with the D mint mark. Even though Denver coins are usually more common, one graded MS-68 sold for about $993 in January 2025. This shows that even coins from other mints can be valuable if they look almost perfect. But it's not just condition that can make a coin valuable. Mistakes made at the mint, called errors, can also increase a coin's worth. For example, a 1969 quarter accidentally struck on a penny planchet, a blank meant for pennies, sold for over $800 recently. That means a coin made with the wrong metal can be worth hundreds of dollars because it's so unusual. There are other types of errors too, like coins struck off-center, where the image is not lined up correctly, double dies, where the design appears doubled, or clipped planchets, where the coin's edge looks cut off. These errors can sometimes add value, especially if they are rare or dramatic. But many small errors only add a little bit of value, maybe a few dollars or a few hundred. It's important to remember that most 1,969 quarters, even if shiny, are still just worth 25 cents unless they are in very high grades or have a special error. For example, a 1969 quarter graded MS-65, which is still very good but not perfect, might sell for only $25 to $40 on online marketplaces. So condition really makes a big difference. If you think you have a 1969 quarter in great shape, it might be worth getting it graded by a professional coin grading service. Grading means experts check the coin carefully and give it a score based on how good it looks. A higher grade means a higher price. Another type of 1969 quarter collectors like are proof coins. Proofs are made specially for collectors and have a very shiny, smooth finish. A 1969 proof quarter with an S mint mark from San Francisco can be worth more than regular quarters, especially in very high grades. One such proof coin graded PR69 sold for around $1,410 in recent years. To sum it up, while almost all 1969 no mint mark quarters are just 25 cents in everyday use, a few can be worth a lot more. If your coin is in perfect shape or has a rare error, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Recent auction records in 2025 prove this. A near-perfect MS-67 coin sold for over $3,000, and an MS-68 Denver coin sold for nearly $1,000. Error coins, like one struck on the wrong metal, can bring in hundreds too. So next time you find a 1969 quarter, take a close look. If it's very shiny, without scratches or wear, or looks unusual, it might be worth having it checked by a professional. You never know, your pocket change could be a hidden treasure. So there you have it, 3 seemingly ordinary quarters that can be extraordinary in the right shape. If you ever find one in amazing condition, don't dismiss it, it might just be your ticket to a coin-collecting treasure. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hit like and subscribe for more cool coin stories and surprises. See you next time.